So, in previous class, we discussed about electric dipole. The important parameter in electric dipole is dipole moment. So that is represented with P. P is equal to Q into 2L. These are all we discussed. And we also discussed the electric field because of a dipole. So the electric field because of a dipole, one is on its axial line, one is on equatorial line. At the axial line, we got the electric intensity at the axial line. We got 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p by r cube we got. That too when if the value of L is much smaller than R. Similarly, the electric intensity at the equatorial line, we got 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R cube. So based on these two expressions, we got the relation among those two, that is E axial is equal to 2 times of E equatorial, or E axial by E equatorial is equal to 2. And one more new point also we discussed in a previous class, that is, in case of the point charge or the isolated charge, the electric intensity is inversely proportional to R square. Whereas in case of a dipole, electric intensity is inversely proportional to R cube. So these points we discussed on Saturday's class. Here, we derived these two derivations, so which are very, very important for 5 marks as far PUC is concerned. This is the formula to find the electric intensity at any point on the axial line. This is the formula to find out the electric intensity at any point on the equatorial line. Now, if I want to generalize that formula, that means if the point what we consider is neither on the axial line nor on the equatorial line, then what to do? So for that, we have one derivation. Again, I am saying that derivation is not necessary as far PUC is concerned. Now, I am considering a beautiful electric dipole. I am considering an electric dipole is nothing but two equal and unlike charges are separated by a certain distance. Now I would like to find the electric intensity at certain point. That point is neither on the equatorial line nor on the axial line. That is nothing but somewhere here I am considering a point where I would like to find the electric intensity, So this is the point P. That point P is neither on the axial nor on the equatorial. That point P is at a distance of R from the center of an electric dipole. This line makes an angle theta. with the what? Theta with the dipole moment. So in what direction the dipole moment will act? The direction of dipole moment will be always from negative charge to positive charge. So the direction will be, the direction of dipole moment is like this, from negative charge to positive charge. The direction of the dipole moment from negative charge to positive charge. Now, because of the dipole moment only, there will be an electric intensity here. Because whatever the formulas we derived, in all the formulas, we got electric intensity is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p by r cube we got, if it is in axial line. Ade equatorial line tagandre, if you take an equatorial line, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught p by r cube. So the electric intensity depends upon the dipole moment. Here, what is the direction of this electric intensity? Same as that of the dipole moment. Previous class we discussed. What is the direction of electric intensity at the equatorial line? Parallel to the dipole moment, but in opposite direction. These are all in previous class we discussed. Now here what I'm doing is, this dipole makes an angle theta with this. This dipole makes an angle theta with this. So I would like to resolve this dipole moment. Since it is a vector quantity, I would like to resolve it into two rectangular components. Two rectangular components is nothing but, those two rectangular components must be perpendicular to each other. So this is one rectangular component, and another rectangular component should be perpendicular to this. This is one more rectangular component. These two rectangular components are perpendicular to each other. Now, idi AB ra. So I am calling it as idi A1, B1. Idi A2, B2. So like this dipole moment I am resolving into two components. One is A1, B1, other one is A2, B2. So since the dipole moment makes an angle theta with this component will be in this direction, the P cos theta will act. In this direction, the P cos theta will act, because with what axis this vector makes an angle, that component will be cos, other component will be sin. So in this direction, P cos theta will act. In this direction, P sin theta will act. In this direction, P sin theta will act. Now, here, what I am saying, the electric intensity mainly depends upon the dipole moment. So now if you take the point P, that point P is on the axial line of, this point P is on the axial line of the P cos theta. The P is located, the point P is located, otherwise you change that point to avoid a confusion. Some point called Q. Q under motta charge beda. Z. Okay. This point Z is on the axial line of this dipole. This point Z is on the axial line of this dipole, whose dipole moment is P cos theta. The point Z is on the axial line of a dipole whose dipole moment is P cos theta. Then what is the formula for the axial line? So now I am calling it as an E1. What is E1? E1 is the electric intensity acting at Z due to this P cos theta. Where the Z is located, point Z is located on the axial line of a dipole whose dipole moment is P cos theta. So E1 is equal to, what is the formula for the axial line? This formula. E1 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught to, instead of P, what we have now? P cos theta we have. So 2P cos theta divided by R cube. Okay. In what direction will it act? What is the direction of electric intensity at any point on the axial line of an electric dipole? Same direction as that of the dipole moment. What is the direction of dipole moment P cos theta here? In this direction. So the electric intensity will also act. The electric intensity will act in this direction, called as E1. Called as E1. Next one. The same point Z will be on the equatorial line. This is equatorial line. Equatorial line for what? Equatorial line for this dipole A to B2. So this point Z is on the equatorial line of dipole A to B2, whose dipole moment is P sin theta. So now the point Z is on the equatorial line of this dipole A to B2, whose dipole moment is P sin theta. Then definitely, what is the formula to find out the electric intensity at any point on the equatorial line? E equatorial is equal to, that is, I am calling it as an E2, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, P by R cube is the formula. Instead of P, what we have? P sin theta we have. So P sin theta divided by R cube. P sin theta divided by R cube. Now what is the direction of this E2? The direction of electric intensity, at any point on the equatorial line, Saturday we discussed, is parallel to the dipole moment, and opposite direction to the dipole moment. So parallel is nothing but it should act parallel to this A to B2 and opposite direction to this P sin theta. So this will act in this direction, E2. So E2 is parallel to A to B2 and opposite direction to P sin theta. Now at Z, how many electric intensities are acting? 2 electric intensities are acting. How those two are acting? Those two are acting perpendicular to each other. Then how to get the resultant? Resultant we can get by constructing a beautiful parallelogram. Now I am constructing a parallelogram. I am constructing a parallelogram, then the diagonal of the parallelogram will give the resultant of these two. The diagonal of the parallelogram will give the resultant of E1 and E2. Resultant of E1 and E2. Now, how to get the resultant of E1 and E2? You apply a parallelogram law. If you apply a parallelogram law, E is equal to E1 square plus E2 square plus 2E1 E2 cos theta, where theta is the angle between E1 and E2. What is the angle between E1 and E2? 90 degree. So theta is equal to 90. Cos 90 is equal to 0. So this entire term will become 0 now. E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p cos theta by r cube whole square, even substituting, plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught p sin theta by r cube whole square under root. So here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught square, take a common, bring out of the root. So finally we have 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught will come out of the root. Here r cube also, that is 1 in the denominator, r cube also will come out of the root. Here p is there and here p is there, that p square will also come out of the root, and it will become p. Now what remains now? 2 cos theta whole square remains and sin theta remains. 2 cos theta whole square andre 4 cos square theta, sin theta square andre sin square theta under root. Now from here E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught p by r cube. Idella seri. This I will write 4 cos square theta as 3 cos square theta plus cos square theta. Baribodalva. 4 cos square theta we can write 3 cos square theta plus cos square theta. So cos square theta plus sin square theta will be equal to 1. So finally we are going to have 3 cos square theta plus 1 under root is the formula to find out. The electric intensity. E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught p by r cube into square root of 3 cos square theta plus 1. So this is the generalized formula what we can use in any case. Wherever the point Z you take. Either you take the point Z on the axial line, equatorial line, what not. So it is generalized formula. Then what about its direction? The direction of the resultant ena. What is the direction of this resultant? So the direction of the resultant I am calling it as an alpha. So the resultant electric intensity makes an angle alpha with E1. Makes an angle alpha with E1. then you apply a tan alpha formula. Tan alpha is equal to get the direction ra. Tan alpha is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite side is E2. Opposite side is E2. Adjacent side is E1. So tan alpha is equal to E2 by E1. Very good. Tan alpha is equal to E2 by E1. Then what we are going to have, if I divide these two, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught get cancelled. R cube and R cube get cancelled. P and P get cancelled. Then ultimately we are going to have sin theta by 2 cos theta we have. Sin theta by 2 cos theta will get. Then tan alpha is equal to half sin theta by cos theta, tan theta. So these two are the formulas to find out the electric intensity due to an electric dipole at any point. Wherever you choose that point, either you choose that point on the axial line, equatorial line, wherever you want. So directly we can make use of those two formulas. This derivation is not necessary. These formulas are very important. Next. So here I would like to discuss about some cases in this so that you will get a clear picture, clear idea. I hope all the students are noting all these derivations. Now case 1. Case 1. If the point is on the axial line of an electric dipole. So if a point is on the axial line of an electric dipole, Andre, what I am calling now, this point Z is on the axial line of an electric dipole. Andre, e point Z, listen, this point Z I am taking on the axial line. This point Z I am taking on the axial line. Then what should be the value of theta here? What should be the value of theta here? Theta is equal to 0 because this point I am taking somewhere here. Theta is equal to 0. If theta is equal to 0, you make use of that formula. Theta is equal to 0. Cos 0 is equal to 1. So 3 into 1, 3. 3 plus 1, 4. Square root of 4, 2. So we are going to have the electric intensity on the axial line 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R cube. Here, if you simplify this by taking theta value as 0, we got 2. 2P by R cube. 2P by R cube. Similarly, if I take the point P on the equatorial line, if I take the point, if I take this point on the equatorial line of an electric dipole, the base electric dipole is AB. equatorial line of AB. And what should be the value of theta here? E point, I am taking like this. Now the value of theta is equal to 90 degree. Theta is equal to 90. Then E equatorial is equal to now 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R cube. In this formula, you take theta value as 90 now. Cos 90 is equal to 0. 0 into something is equal to 0. 0 plus something is equal to something. So we are going to get only 1 here. Square root of 1 is also 1. So E equatorial is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R cube. The same formula we got day before yesterday. Okay. So this is the basic formula to find out the electric intensity at any point due to electric dipole. Okay. Next. Behavior of electric dipole. Behavior of electric dipole placed in a uniform electric field. Placed in a uniform electric field. So if an electric dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, how it behaves? Will it sit ideally, or will it rotate, or will it experience any force, or will it dance? These things we are going to discuss. The behavior of an electric dipole when it is placed in a uniform electric field. So you don't worry about this derivation. This derivation is not there as far PUC is concerned. Okay, those formulas are important. Now, I am considering a uniform electric field. How you will represent an uniform electric field? As I said in previous classes, the electric line of forces are parallel to each other and equally spaced. That represents a uniform electric field. So I am considering, very good, a beautiful uniform electric field whose electric intensity is E. So this is an electric field what I am considering. In that electric field, I am placing an electric dipole. I am placing an electric dipole. So this is one electric dipole what I am considering. Electric dipole is nothing but two equal and unlike charges separated by a certain distance. Now, what will happen? This I am calling it as an A, B. This I am calling it as an A, B. Now, instead of a dipole as a whole, I am considering positive charges and negative charges separately for my convenience. So now if I consider this positive charge separately, whenever a positive charged particle is placed in an electric field, it will experience a force. That too, it will experience a force in the same direction as that of the electric field. So in this direction, the F will act. What is the formula to find out F? F is equal to EQ. These are all we discussed. Whenever a positively charged particle is placed in a uniform electric field, it will experience a force in the same direction as that of the electric field. Similarly, if a negatively charged particle is placed in an electric field, it will also experience a force, but opposite direction to the electric field. Opposite direction to the electric field andre E direction the force will act. So here is also what is the formula to find out force? F is equal to EQ. F is equal to EQ. Now, so this negatively charged particle will experience a force in this direction. The positively charged particle will experience a force in that direction. Now, on an electric dipole, how many forces are acting? Two forces are acting. How those two are acting? Those two are acting in opposite direction. What is its magnitude? Magnitude is same. In EQ, here is also EQ. So, two equal and unlike forces acting on a plane, not at a point. What is the difference of acting on a plane and acting at a point? For example, two equal and unlike charges are acting at a point. Point is nothing but at the same point two equal and unlike forces are acting. In this case, what is the net force? In this case, what is the net force? Net force is equal to 0. Will it perform any other phenomena now? No. Because net force is equal to 0, everything 0. It will not perform because these two forces are acting at a point. Ade, if these two equal and unlike forces are acting on a plane, already we discussed it in first year. These two equal and unlike forces are acting on a plane. Inga. So this is force and this is force. These two are equal in magnitude. F, opposite direction. Here what is the net force? Here is also the net force is equal to 0. Why? Because we can take sum of upward forces is equal to sum of downward forces. So here is also the net force is equal to 0. Then what is the special property it will possess now? What is the special property it will possess? It will give whenever two equal and unlike forces are separated by a certain distance, we call it as a couple. Couple, C-O-U-P-L-E, couple. What the couple will give? The couple will always give the turning effect. Couple will always give the turning effect. So here, whenever you want to open a tap, whenever you want to open a water tap in our houses, what you will do? if this is the tap, you will apply two equal and unlike forces like this will apply. Will apply a two equal and unlike forces will apply like this. So by applying, we'll get the turning effect at the center. Is it right? But as my knowledge, nobody will open the tap by applying the forces like this. Is it right? So that indicates that if two equal and unlike forces are acting at a point, it will not produce any turning effect. If two equal and unlike forces are acting on a plane, it will produce a turning effect. So ultimately, because of here in this case, two equal and unlike forces are acting on a plane, obviously it will experience a turning effect. Then what is the turning effect? Is nothing but a torque. Okay. Then what is the formula to find out a torque? Whenever an electric dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, it will experience a torque. Then what is the formula to find out the torque? Torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance between the two forces. Torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance between the two forces. Then what is the force here? F, very good. Into perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance between what and what? Perpendicular distance between these two forces. Perpendicular distance between these two forces. So here this is not a perpendicular distance. To get the perpendicular distance, we need to construct a triangle. This intersecting point, if I call it as an C. Now the perpendicular distance between these two forces is BC. So base A, F into BC. What is the value of BC? What is the value of BC? Now I am considering the dipole moment, or a dipole makes an angle theta with the electric field. Makes an angle theta with the electric field. Now this angle is also theta. Very good. I want BC value. BC is an opposite side of this angle. We know the hypotenuse. How come you know the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is nothing but the length of a dipole. This is hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is nothing but the distance between minus q and plus q. That only we call it as the length of a dipole. So I will take the help of sine theta. Sine theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. BC by AB. From here I will write with your permission. BC is equal to F into BC is equal to AB sine theta. AB is nothing but the length of a dipole, which will generally represented with 2L. 2L sine theta. As we know, F is equal to EQ. EQ 2L sine theta. Q into 2L. Q into 2L will give the dipole moment. So which is equal to PE sine theta. So whenever an electric dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, it will experience a torque which is equal to PE sine theta. Very important formula. Tau is equal to PE sine theta. As we know, torque is a vector quantity. Dipole moment is a vector quantity. electric intensity is a vector quantity, then definitely this is in the form of AB sin theta. AB sin theta, we can write A bar cross B bar. In the same manner, I will write tau bar is equal to P bar cross E bar. So that is the vector way of expressing torque. So tau bar is equal to P bar cross E bar. If you do the cross product of dipole moment vector and electric intensity vector, we are going to get the torque. Then what is the direction of the torque? The direction of the torque is same as that of the direction of cross product. What is the direction of the cross product? The direction of the cross product will be always perpendicular to the plane which contains P and E by using the right hand screw rule. By using the right hand screw rule, the direction of cross product will be always perpendicular to the plane which contains P and E. So that is dipole moment is in this plane, E also in this plane. So the torque will be perpendicular to that plane. Okay. Now cases. Case 1. Case 1. If the dipole is placed parallel to the electric field, if the dipole is placed parallel to the electric field, if the dipole is placed parallel to the electric field, so this dipole, I am placing parallel to the electric field. This dipole I am placing parallel to the electric field. Then what should be the value of theta? This parallel ra. So here angle is theta. Now I am placing parallel to this. So theta value is equal to 0. Theta value is equal to 0. If theta value is equal to 0, sin 0 is equal to 0, then the torque will be 0. Then the torque will be 0. Okay. So what we can conclude now, whenever a dipole is placed parallel to an electric field, it will not experience any torque. So the torque minimum, tau min, is equal to 0. So that is nothing but if the dipole is placed, parallel to the electric field, then it will not experience any torque. Experiencing not torque is nothing but it will not vibrate. It will be like this only. So that is nothing but then we can call it as an it will be in stable equilibrium. Okay. So whenever an electric dipole is placed parallel to an electric field, it will not experience any torque. Because of it will not experience any torque, this position will not change. It will be always like this only. So that is nothing but it is in equilibrium. Which equilibrium it is in? That equilibrium, what we call it as a stable equilibrium. What is the condition for the stable equilibrium as far torque is concerned? If the torque is minimum, then the dipole will be in stable equilibrium. Next, case 2. Case 2. Case 2. If an electric dipole is placed, perpendicular to an electric field, if an electric dipole is placed perpendicular to an electric field, very good. Andre ee dipole, idi dipole, I am placing perpendicular like this, then what is the value of theta here? Theta is equal to 90 degree. If theta is equal to 90, then the torque will be maximum, because sin 90 is equal to 1. So the maximum value of sine function is 1. So I can say that the torque will be maximum, which is equal to PE, which is equal to PE. So whenever an electric dipole is placed perpendicular to an electric field, it will experience a maximum torque. Because of the maximum torque, it always tries to rotate. So that condition we call it as an unstable equilibrium. Now, very important points, note points, very important for 1 mark. These are also cases also for 1 mark. You will ask when an electric dipole will experience the maximum torque or minimum torque, like that he will ask for 1 mark or 2 marks. Note point. If an electric dipole is placed, in a uniform electric field, if an electric dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, andre ide case, okay. So here, what is the net force? Zero. Will it experience a torque or not? Yes, it will experience a torque. So whenever an electric dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, then it will experience a torque. It will experience only torque, you're right. It will experience only torque, but no net force. Very important. Ade next second note point. If an electric dipole is placed in a non-uniform electric field, electric field uniform alla, non-uniform. If an electric dipole is placed in a non-uniform electric field, andre electric intensity is not same. Definitely, ide case ra, it will experience a force and it will also experience a force. Generally, formula enaktivappa, what will do? F is equal to EQ. Here is also F is equal to EQ. When if electric intensity is uniform, but here what the case I am considering, it is a non-uniform. Non-uniform means here electric intensity is different and here electric intensity is different. Definitely it will experience some force and it will also experience some other force. Andre F1 is equal to E1 into Q, F2 is equal to E2 into Q. Here is also the net force is 0. Net force 0 irtada. Will it net force is 0? No. Though those two are acting in opposite direction act ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬಹುದು, but the magnitudes are different. Since the magnitudes are different, for example, F1 is equal to 5 Newton ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, F2 is equal to 7 Newton ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. You take F1 is equal to 5 and F2 is equal to 7. Then what will be the net force now? 2. Because both are in opposite direction, not equal in magnitude. Ade idi 5 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ then it will be 0. So whenever an electric dipole is placed in a non-uniform electric field, will it experience a force or not? It will experience a force. It will experience a force. Then will it experience a torque or not? That question arises. Will it get a turning effect or not? That is the query in front of us. Now whenever you want to take a turn while riding a bicycle, or while cycling a bicycle, or while in a car, then what we'll do generally, we'll apply to get the turning effect. We'll apply two equal and unlike forces like this. If two equal and unlike forces like this, we'll get the turning effect. That too beautiful turning effect we'll get. If these two are not equal in magnitude, if I apply like this, then there also will get the turning effect, but it should not be beautiful. Okay, so what we can conclude now, whenever an electric dipole is placed in a non-uniform electric field, it will experience both force and torque. Both it will experience. That is the point, second point in the note. When an electric dipole is placed in a non-uniform electric field, when an electric dipole is placed in a non-uniform electric field, it will experience both force and torque. It will experience both force and torque. This concept is very, very important. Behavior of an electric dipole when it is placed in a uniform electric field, and that note points, cases, everything is important. So tomorrow we are going to discuss a few concepts regarding this dipole. Then after that we'll go with the last concept that is called as a Gauss theorem. Gauss theorem and its applications. Gauss theorem and its applications are very, 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 very important for 5 marks. If you want to ask any 5 marks question from this chapter, mainly he will concentrate axial line of a dipole or equatorial line of a dipole. Otherwise, what is the define Gauss theorem and mention and explain its applications, one of the applications. Okay, thank you. ಎಂಡೇಗ